Hi, Sweetpea.
Hi, Mummy Bear.
We have another chit-chat.
We do. This is episode 67.
It is with Tom Cranham from
Mm.
Tom's Terraria Design. And Tom was on Gardener's World 2025 on the third winter special episode when he was showing his incredible terraria or terrariums, whichever plural you want to use, around his home. I seem to recall there were these 8 huge terrariums and they were about 2 meters high and packed full of extraordinary plants.
Very
but
deep.
Most notably, iridescent begonias.
Yeah, which are really extraordinarily beautiful. When you look them up, the different colours that come off them, it looks
amazing.
Not real half the time, but it is.
And on this episode, Tom describes the family of begonias as if you asked a bunch of school kids to draw really wacky flowers and plants.
Yes,
they'd come up with begonias, with pink spots, with hairs, with spikes,
spirals.
So on this episode, we do get to hear more about those beautiful plants and also how Tom goes about creating his terrariums.
I know, quite interesting.
We hear about those big ones that we mentioned and some of the cabinets he uses, largely from IKEA, it seems.
Yeah, and a bit about how he kind of seals them and just everything that he does to create the space. So that includes creating the kind of clay wall that he does, which makes you have a kind of vertical bed, if you like.
Yes, exactly.
And then how he creates all the little cavities, nooks and crannies in there, so you can then put in his different plants. And they're not just begonias. He has quite an array of different plants that he puts in there.
Yes, and also we learn on this episode that it's not just flora but also fauna that gets involved. So
this is very
really
cool.
Quite a wide range of stuff going on, and also a wide range of terraria. So we've got those great big cabinets, and we talk a bit about Tom's bedside terrarium cabinets, lights, lamps.
Yeah,
really.
bedside lights. They're really cool.
Yeah. So we have, as always, put information and details that we talk about on the episode onto our website. If you go to the Chit-Chats page and click on Tom's face, it'll take you to his page. You'll be able to see some photos of some of the things that we've talked about in terms of cabinets that he used, in terms of the isopods that he has for himself and his wife in their respective
rubber
terraria.
ducky in there.
Yeah, rubber ducky being one of them.
Yeah.
And various other things. So if you want a more visual idea of what we're talking about, then hop onto that page.
Yeah.
That is, of course, at notjustagarden.co.uk.
Yeah.
And also we put in links to a few of his recommendations as well on there, and any gardens that he's visited, nurseries that he recommends, that all goes onto the gardens page.
Yeah. Like, for example, he talks about a beautiful moss temple garden.
That's right. Yes, in Japan.
Yes, exactly. That sounds like it looks utterly extraordinary. It is so lush and green. You have to have a look at it.
That's in Kyoto.
Yeah.
Saihoji temple.
Saihoji. Yes, exactly.
So, Sweetpea, tell us the format.
For Tom's dream garden, we have the garden boundary, shed or greenhouse, 5 ornamentals, 5 edibles, 1 statement tree, pond or pool plus 1 plant, and finally favourite seating area, drink, and 1 plant for that area.
Yes, and if you want to get in touch about anything that we've talked about on this episode, then you can do so through our website at
notjustagarden.co.uk.
If you go to the contacts page, or you can email us at
notjustagarden@outlook.com.
That's it. Well, shall we have a listen to this episode, Sweetpea?
Absolutely.
This is episode 67, a good old chit-chat with Tom Cranham.
Off we go.
Welcome, Tom, to Good Old Chit-Chat.
Good morning. Yeah, from a very rainy, cloudy, grey Derbyshire.
Oh, lovely. Well, that's what you want in February, isn't it?
Yes.
Not that has any impact on a lot of what you do, because you are, of course, a terrarium connoisseur, a pro, an expert.
Yes. Well, I don't know about a pro and expert. I've tried lots of different things, let's put it that way, yeah.
And you're finding what works. Because you were on Gardener's World, one of the winter specials, I think episode 3 at the end of 2025.
Yeah.
And we fell in love with those iridescent begonias that you showed us. And I didn't know they existed, saw them on the screen, thought, well, they look nice, but then looked them up afterwards and saw how that iridescence really wallops you in the face, doesn't it?
Yeah, they are amazing. Like, I mean, it was interesting doing the recording with Gardener's World because you have to be careful what things you say. Like, you can't mention any movies or places or anything.
Oh, right.
and the best way of describing it is like you're walking in the world of Avatar at times.
Oh, I know exactly what you mean.
The wacky, bright colours, the leaf shapes, sizes. Yeah, it's crazy.
Incredible. How did you first get into iridescent begonias?
It was just through an article. I think it was a Guardian article with James Wong.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, actually, I started with aroids, growing aroids as houseplants.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I saw that article, and he talked about Begonia pavonina and a few other plants. And I thought, I honestly didn't know how that was possible. You know, plants with blue leaves, plants with black leaves.
Yeah.
Just from growing my normal garden plants. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I was reading about the iridescence. I saw a theory that it's so that they can absorb more light when they're in very sort of dark. Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's an evolutionary trait. Yeah, so they have like it's literally called iridoplasts, I think.
Right.
In the leaves.
Oh, okay.
They slow the waves down, and it can change different colours.
Right. So because they would typically be in a rainforest scenario, so underneath bigger canopies?
Begonias occur in between the tropics. Majority will be in lower light position, but you still, you know, it's an amazing genus. You get ones growing in full sun as well.
Okay.
And they're still iridescent?
Not necessarily iridescent, those ones, no. I think the best way of describing begonias as a genus is if you go to a class of school kids and you ask them to draw a crazy plant, and you'll get a massive array of different things. And basically you'll get begonias, all of them. Pink spots, spiky, as tall as a house, as small as a thumbnail, you know, everything in between,
And that's begonias?
That is begonias, yeah. They fit in so many different places, yeah.
That's incredible, isn't it? Because I think on Gardener's World, you said you had always previously thought of begonias as those sorts of things you see in car parks, and as much of them.
Like, no, and you know, I'm actually coming around to liking them a little bit more now as well.
Good.
So
that is
you're all inclusive.
Yeah, that's right.
So
yeah,
even the drabbish ones.
So you said that prior to begonias, you were into, or you had other houseplants.
Yep.
What is your background in terms of gardening, plants, everything to do with that world?
I didn't really start gardening until we got our own first house, me and my wife. I didn't do it at our rented property.
No. There's less incentive, really, is there?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was difficult. So like it was just a blank slate, the garden, front and back garden here when we arrived, and now it's completely different. Lots of miniature fruit trees and full of wildlife, birds and hedgehogs.
Brilliant. Oh, wonderful!
And then I progressed on to I got an allotment.
Is that nearby?
Yeah, that's literally a 3-4 minute walk up the road. So that's where the chickens are.
Yeah.
So yeah, then I went on. I wanted just to green the house. That was the next thing, really. I'd finished outside.
Bring it all inside.
Yeah, exactly. That was it. Yeah.
So it started with your common garden houseplants.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, just I had no idea really what I was doing. One of the biggest problems was learning how to water things, because obviously outside you can give them as much water as possible. Inside, it's so easy to kill them with overwatering.
I've had to learn that the hard way.
Yeah, that's the biggest killer of begonias, especially.
Yeah. So you started with your common garden houseplants. How did that progress?
Well, again, I don't know whether there's an innate thing. You want to grow things that are rarer, try different things, experimenting. That's where it went to, really. And Instagram's been a big part of it. I've been able to connect and make friends with and talk to people around the globe, literally. And I've made some really good friends through that, and you can swap plants and seeds, which is really helpful because the majority of the plants that I grow, you can't get in this country, especially now after Brexit and CITES and all different things.
Very tricky.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
But you're hiding your light under a bushel because you aren't now just about houseplants. If for those who haven't seen the Gardener's World episode, can you describe what your rooms look like in your house now?
So yeah, I mean, it was a stressful thing having Gardener's World over because just cleaning the house, really.
Yeah.
My wife was she wasn't best, looking for. At first, when they came to me, she said, "Yes, do it."
Yeah. How did they get in contact with you?
Literally through Instagram. They messaged me through that. I wasn't sure at first. She said, yes, do it. And then when it came to it and they accepted, she's like, oh no, now we've got to clean everything.
It's not so bad when it's in the garden, although we hear people having to spend ages tidying up the garden.
Yeah.
No, and I say this because it's not just one room in the house. It's not as if they're coming and looking in the it's every room.
It's quite personal, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I mean, in fact, the only room they didn't film in was the kitchen because we just had a new kitchen the week before they came.
You said you're not touching our new kitchen floor.
No.
Well, they come and use it and everything, but there was no plants in there at the time, so they got no reason to go in and film.
Yeah.
But it was a nightmare beforehand, obviously, cleaning up after that, boxes everywhere. Yeah. We haven't got a very big house. It's only a 2-bedroom, small thing, but I've made use of pretty much every space. So the spare bedroom is now my nursery.
Yeah.
And then
with all the grow lights, looks very
with all the grow lights. Yeah. And I remember
interesting.
you said before on your episode reviewing the episode of Gardeners World where my wife now actually works. No, we've got her a dedicated garden room.
Great.
Outside
fabulous.
now. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Caring for the wife.
Yeah. So which is good for her because obviously when she switches off from work, it's completely separate. She doesn't need to see it at all. Yeah.
Fab.
And then I started off with little terrariums, maybe 30 centimeters tall. They were just secondhand little fish tanks, really.
Oh, yeah.
And then it just progressed, really. I didn't want the plants all just stuck away in little plastic grow boxes. I wanted them on display. So the idea with that was just having bigger and bigger terrariums. So now I have in the living room, I don't know, 6, 7 large display ones. I've converted big IKEA cabinets.
Oh yeah, those big glass cabinets.
Yeah.
So these are floor to ceiling.
Pretty much, yeah. They're almost 2 meters tall. The idea with a terrarium, actually, the bigger they are, the easier they are to look after because everything inside is more stable. Temperature, humidity.
Everything helps each other a little bit. It's a bit of a microclimate.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, there's definitely a thing for growing plants together, just like outside, they interact. And it's also easier for maintenance. I can just open the door like you would with your wardrobe to look at all the clothes and just do a little bit of maintenance in there.
Easier to get in there.
Yeah.
And you mentioned on the show that you don't want terrariums to be 100% airtight. There needs to be some sort of flow. So with those IKEA cabinets, you're not needing to seal anything anyway. You can literally take a cabinet and use it.
I did use a little bit of sealing because I want to make sure there's no water coming out of it for a start. Yeah. And you do want to keep the humidity high. One of the big fallacies, like I said on the show, is begonias don't want their leaves wet. A lot of them come from rainforests, so they're almost constantly wet in the wild. But they've also got that airflow there, constant air movement to dry them away as well. So because begonia leaves are famous for just melting. They will just melt to a goo. Literally melt. So a leaf will just melt back to nothing.
Right. Well, that's sad to see.
Yeah, but that comes from, again, a lot of times is overwatering and the humidity being too high with no airflow. So the leaves have basically got nowhere for the water to go, I imagine, and that's what causes it.
Okay.
Gosh, so I'm trying to imagine. So if I bought an IKEA glass cabinet, I would want to seal up around the bottom so that water isn't pouring out when I water in there.
Yep.
And then how would I know how much airflow, so how many gaps I can still leave, and how do I know how much water I can put in there?
And again, it depends on what species you put in there as well. Some will want almost 100% humidity in there, and some will cope with less.
Right.
So I don't know if you've heard of Begonia Darth Vaderiana.
Yep.
Literally named after Darth Vader. So that one literally does want 100% humidity.
Oh, okay.
Where is that typically found in the wild?
That's in Borneo.
Right.
Okay.
Great name.
Yeah, because it is black leaves with a gold trim.
Wow.
That's very cool. I've seen this one
and they shine purple, the leaves, those ones do. So
gosh, incredible. So that needs 100% humidity. So you would want that in a separate cabinet. You wouldn't have that with other plants.
No, again, it's all about right plant, right place. Even with an outside garden, it's the same as a terrarium. You want plants together that want the similar conditions.
Okay.
So what other plants can go with that one?
again, other plants from Borneo would be ideal. So there's begonia bayek, which is another black leaf one that's very spiky, or lots of hairs on it really, but it looks fuzzy, spiky.
Okay.
There's begonia metallicolor, which I could actually show you, but obviously we don't want to move the laptop for the sound. I've recently made an Instagram reel on that. Sometimes for iridescence, you need a flash or a specific light. You don't.
Right.
It just
Sparkles
shines
away.
blue and purple.
Oh, lovely. Fantastic.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, so like I've got a smaller IKEA cabinet now in the bedroom, and I've got that, literally I can see that from the bed.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing.
So you've got these bigger cabinets, and then for people like Sweetpea, who's just started out on her terrarium journey with a little
Sunday,
probably about how tall would you say your little terrarium is?
The one that's kind of tall and high, vase-like, is about 20 by 10. And then the other one is a teapot, so I don't really know what the size of a teapot is.
I don't know how you measure the size of it.
But it's a teapot. But glass, obviously.
Yeah.
So I only had room to put like one plant in each.
Well, that's good, because one of the biggest mistakes that people make is they put too much in.
Okay.
And then it overcrowds itself. Or they'll put like baby plants of a plant that wants to grow big.
Yeah.
So I see a lot of terrariums. It's quite frustrating, on Instagram by influencers and different people. They look brilliant for that moment, but I guarantee if you looked at that a week later, it would be overgrown unless you're chopping it back every day. And I don't want to be doing that.
No.
There's a way of saying you're efficient, but I'm a lazy gardener.
We're on the same page, Tom.
Completely. I want to do as little work for the gain as possible. Yeah.
You'll take the shortest route from A to B.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Yeah. There are mini plants that you can stick in there that we're really happy for a long time with little to no maintenance.
Yeah. I mean, the two that I have, so I have a calathea in the tall one because it's quite a tall plant, so it kind of worked in there. And then I've got a peperomia, which is...
Yeah, they're really good peperomias because there's a lot of smaller species of that. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're really cute and it just spreads nicely. And then because it was just a starter kit, I had a kind of base of stones, then I had moss, then I had to put a bit of charcoal on top of that to kind of keep away pests, and then the kind of soil substrate.
Yeah.
So that's what I've used. But what do you recommend using, and what do you use?
Again, making it as easy as possible. I use the same more or less mix with pretty much every begonia, with just a few tweaks.
Okay.
So if you imagine a lot of begonias in the wild, they can grow on like the wall of a cliff, or on a mossy rock in a stream. The unifying factor is they have really good drainage. So if there's a lot of rain in a rainforest, they'll hit the rock and it'll drain straight away. They'll hit the side of a cliff, it'll drain straight away. So I use a free draining organic mix of stuff you can find in an aquascaping store or bonsai.
Okay.
So I use akadama, which is like a little hard clay.
Oh,
like
yes,
pellet. They're like
this.
Yeah, it's like 2 to 5 millimeters.
Okay.
And then I use pumice, similar size.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if you've ever heard of biochar.
Yes.
Oh, I have heard of
So
that.
you use charcoal, or they call it horticultural charcoal. That's different. The great thing about biochar is it's actually carbon negative.
Oh, that's good.
So it takes in more carbon than it releases. It's very hard, so it won't break down over time.
Okay.
It's very porous, so it will hold water and release that to the plants. And compared to horticultural charcoal, it'll actually hold nutrients as well.
Okay, fantastic then.
So it will feed the plants steadily over time. If you water with a liquid fertilizer, it will hold that nutrition and release it over time.
Okay.
So those 3 parts mixed equally.
Okay.
But then for a little bit of organic fertilizer, because there's nothing innate in those 3 things, I use worm castings.
Oh,
interesting.
I've heard of this.
You can get from anywhere.
Yeah.
So that's a big thing. And then sometimes as well, just to give it a little bit more body, I will add some John Innes number 3.
Okay. So just back to the worm castings. So you're literally going out in the garden and picking up.
No,
worm
you can buy them.
Right.
I mean, I could do that, but that would take.
That would involve
forever.
More effort.
A lot of effort, yes.
Yeah.
Why
would you want to do that?
Really.
No, I get that. And so it is literally just the worm castings that you'd see in your garden.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I've seen in my larger cabinets, I've seen large worms in there now as well. Going through
really?
through the background of it, yeah.
Gosh, how interesting.
Wow.
Because you can see as well with a lot of cabinet builds that people will do that looks like a terrarium, they'll use a foam and then sculpt that.
But I see, to make the wall.
To make the wall, yeah, but I don't use
Right.
that because the plants can't root into it.
No.
For a start. If you want to break that down and start and do a different display, that's all waste. You can't use that again.
Is that the same as the foam that florists used to use?
I imagine so, yeah. Yeah.
I thought that had been banned.
I don't know. But yeah, you see a lot of people still using it. So again, I try and use natural things. So like for my one in the bedroom that I've done, well, it's actually probably almost a year old now. I've used wood, pumice, and a clay mix to create a background that is almost living as well, that the plants can root into and literally grow wild over.
So you get this new cabinet, which has got presumably a completely flat back to it. How are you then attaching things to this vertical wall of your cabinet?
Aquatic silicon.
Oh, right. Oh. So you'll make some ledges with that silicon.
So no, I say is I create planting pockets. So with these pieces of wood, with these pieces of stone, if you basically cup your hands together, you can imagine that being stuck to the wall. You create that pocket with the stone and wood, and then you can fill in some of your soil mix in there for the plants to grow.
Okay. So you're gluing the stone and wood to the
That's it, to the wall, yeah. And then you can cover that with clay or moss.
Right.
Okie dokie.
Oh, that must be quite fun creating it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the best process, yeah. And then eventually over time, that greens over with natural mosses and things that just appear because it's a high humidity.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you're not specifically putting in mosses into your terrariums?
That's it, yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
So with Sweetpea's terrariums, how does she know when to be watering? How does she know when she's watered too much? How is she going to maintain these? Because obviously they look beautiful now, but they're only a few days old.
Exactly.
For a start, it depends on the plant. So some will take more water or less. The best thing for the smaller ones is just using your eyes. You can look at the soil mix at the bottom and seeing if there's standing water amongst it.
Okay.
You can give it a little bit of air at time by taking the lid off.
Yeah.
But with a normal house plant, you can keep an eye on how much you're watering it. You can see if its roots are sitting in the sort of plant tray dish underneath, and then you can tip it out. You can do something about it. But if you've got too much standing water in a terrarium, what are you doing with that?
Getting a pipette.
No, surely not.
Well, I mean, again, you don't really want to get to that point, but if it came to it, I mean, one of the things I water a lot of like my seedlings and things with is a turkey baster.
Oh yeah.
So pretty much like a pipette.
Yeah. I do that sometimes with little plants. I have a little tiny pipette.
Yeah. So like for watering all the little seedlings, it's a really useful thing.
Okay.
But yeah, it's basically just using your eyes. You can stick a finger in it like you would with a house plant in its pot. With the soil mix, you can tell the colour as well, whether it's wet or not.
Yeah.
So with the maintenance of your terrariums, for example, if you went away on a 2-week holiday, would they all be fine, or do you need someone to come around and be
No, they'd be fine,
them?
yeah.
Oh, so how can you go without interfering with them?
So with them being more or less a closed setup, they don't lose a lot of water. So you don't need to do a lot of watering for a start.
Yeah.
All the lights are on timers. Either on my phone or on the app the brand came with.
Okay.
So yeah, you can leave them for a long time without having to do anything to them. That's the great thing about terrariums. I mean, like I spoke about how it helps my mental health on the show.
Yes.
I went through a spell last year where a couple of months I just couldn't face or hadn't got the energy or the whatever to maintain these. I came back to them. Some of the plants were a little bit limp or a little bit sad looking, but they perked right back up afterwards.
Oh, I mean, that's brilliant then.
So Sweetpea wants to go travelling this summer for a couple of months. Does she need to bring the terrariums home to Mum to be looking after them, or could she get away with leaving them for that amount of time?
Smaller ones, I would keep a more of an eye on.
Okay.
They're coming home to Mum, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They're coming home.
The biggest thing with small ones, I don't know if you've actually got them in direct sunlight behind you.
A bit.
I wouldn't
They are
have them
currently.
in
I can see them.
Usually they get moved at this time of the day, but I'm in the middle of a podcast, so
yeah.
figure it out for themselves.
But you don't want direct. So it's just like the greenhouse effect, but in a smaller scale. That they will, the temperature in there will rise pretty quickly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to move them now, Sweetpea?
Okay, I'm going to move them now. I'm just going to cut my camera and move them.
While Sweetpea is doing that, on the show you also talked about how you are playing around with seeds yourself, so you're doing some hybridizing. And I loved the whole process that you had of using a tuning fork to be the bee to release the pollen, and then you were using your long-suffering wife Nicola's makeup brushes.
This fallacy of long-suffering wife, I need to get. She loved that bit, but the again, the great thing about these plants as well, it gives me something to do while she is with the horse.
Yeah,
and I don't know if you've ever had a horse in your life. They take up a lot of time, effort, and money. And she spends a lot of time up at the yard. So, this gives me something to do at home. Yeah,
I see. So it's evenly split then. We were just talking to Sweetpea about how Tom's wife isn't long-suffering.
She's not long-suffering. She's very lucky.
So tell me about the hybridizing of the seeds. That must be such an exciting world to get into.
It's something I would like to do more, but you need quite a bit of space for it. So the great thing about a lot of begonias, they're quite promiscuous. A lot of begonia species will cross with other ones.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you can try and get weird and wacky traits from one onto another one.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, you could grow Begonia negrosensis, which is a cane type, and it's got pink spots all over it.
Okay.
Wow.
With a plant that has got spikes all over it. So, like, there's a rhizomatous one from China called Melanoballata, which has dinner plate sized leaves with big spikes, like thick spikes. It looks like it will be sharp, but it's not.
Yeah.
So you could try and cross those two together, so you get a spiky plant with pink spots on it.
Yeah.
Crikey, yeah.
But to do that, you would need a bit of space because you can't guarantee what all the seedlings are going to look like. There'll be a mix of the genetics.
Mm-hmm.
So you need a space to grow out, 100 seedlings or more, and then you'll pick the best one or two of that batch.
Yeah.
So it does take up quite a bit of space. Yeah.
Do you have any plans to gain more space to be able to do this at a bigger level?
I'm toying with the idea. I mean, I've not really spoken to Nicola about this.
Okay.
Of
your secret safe with us.
Yeah, converting like the loft into more of a grow space.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Because then, I know it would have to be insulated, but it, you don't have to heat it anymore, I would say, because the heat rises through the house.
Yeah.
So that would be something to look at in the future. Yeah.
Great. So the hybridizing that you are doing now is sort of on a smaller scale, just purely because of space. And then you're selling these you have an online nursery.
Yeah, I do sell bits and bobs. See, the problem is you can't really import plants anymore.
No.
And it's very easy to get, it's easier for me to get seed. But the problem is when you grow a plant from seed, obviously you're not getting one or two.
Mm-hmm.
You could get 20 or 30. And then I've got all these spare plants. And I don't want to compost them because
that would be
some
sad.
Some of these plants are so rare and endangered in the wild. They literally could be just on one cave entrance. That's where that species is. It's nowhere else in the world.
So the last place you want them is on your compost, for sure.
Yeah. So, I mean, one thing I did mention, and we talked about quite a lot with Gardeners World, but wasn't on the show, I donate a lot of plants to botanical gardens in the UK.
Oh, right. So that's a great idea.
How does that work?
So that just came from connections when I was, it's like James Wong.
Yeah.
Really good friends with him now. He's a really, really nice bloke, just like he comes across on the TV.
Mm-hmm.
He did a favour and did a charity gig with me last year. That was a good way of selling a lot of plants for charity.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I got in touch with some of the greenhouse people who work in the greenhouse at Kew.
Oh, right, yeah.
So now
I bet they bit your hand off.
So if you go round Kew Gardens now, you'll see a lot more species begonias on display.
Oh, that's all thanks to you.
They've originally come from me, yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Have you named them?
No, these are mainly species ones, so they will come with a name.
Okay.
And that was an interesting thing you said on the podcast describing the show. So for a plant to get a name, it needs to go through a process with a botanist.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everything needs to be measured and literally described fully, you know, the leaf shape, the size of the leaves, the size of the flowers, everything like that. But there are a lot of plant species in the wild that haven't actually had that process.
Okay.
So they haven't got an official name yet. So
but they exist.
They exist still, obviously. So if you want to refer to that plant, you might say, oh, it's begonia species Kalimantan. So it comes from the Kalimantan area of Indonesia, Borneo.
Okay.
Right.
But then a lot of those plants, there's a lot of plants that come from that area.
Yeah.
Because you asked about the U numbers as well.
Yes.
So to try and make sense of some of all these undescribed species that can have several names for one plant, the American Begonia Society tried to have a list. So they will give it a U number, an undescribed number, until then that is then got an official name. It will come off that list.
Okay.
So how do they then decide the name for that
Yeah.
undescribed plant?
So again, it's personal. It's personal, yeah. So I asked another botanical garden I've got a really good connection with now is at Lyon in France. They're really big on begonias and they do a lot of Madagascar. So I was asking David, the curator there, how he comes up with the names.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can just be from where they come from.
Yeah.
He's described some species from Maswala, which is a national park in the northeast of the country. Literally, so it's Begonia maswalensis.
Right.
Well, there we go.
Yeah. Sometimes they'll be named after people.
Yeah.
They can name it after them, or they will name it after another famous botanist or something like that. So there's Henri Leportier, that's named after Henri. Yeah. I mean, you could name it after yourself if you really wanted to.
Of course, naturally.
But it has obviously to be Latin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but Henri isn't Latin. You just
no, but Leportier. The little bit at the end. Yeah. Darth Vader isn't Latin. You know.
No.
So
Darth Vader, yeah.
yeah.
We can add some things to the end of Sweetpea.
Yeah.
I can't think of any Latin.
No, me neither. So I mean that's the joy of the Latin as well. I mean, really, there's no proper way of or correct way of saying it because it's a dead language.
We learnt that recently, which took so much pressure off my shoulders when I found out, actually, there's no right or wrong way of pronouncing it.
That's exactly right, yeah.
I slept better at night after finding out about that. But excuse the quite direct question here, but when you've got a whole long list of undescribed plants, what's taking botanists so long? Why aren't they going through that list and going, right, we need to give all of these a name. We can't just have a load of U numbers.
I imagine it's time and money. Is a big part of it.
Right.
There's only obviously so many people that go out investigating begonias. You know, there's lots of other genuses and different that interest people.
I wonder how many undescribed plants there are in the world.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, thousands, hundreds of thousands. You know.
How many's on the begonia list?
Well, they go up at least into the 600s. 700s, yeah.
Crikey.
So they're going to be tens of thousands.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the biggest genuses of plants being described every year. I think there was 30, 40 described last year alone, new species, which is a lot.
Crikey, yeah, that's a lot.
But say you create a hybrid and you want to put your name to it, can you jump the queue?
So that's a different process at a cultivar.
Oh, okay.
So I think you would have to go through, if you wanted to name it and trademark it, you would have to go through something with the government.
Right.
You know, literally like they do with any sort of garden plant, you know, that has a specific name, like geranium roseanne.
Yep.
That's a trademarked name.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, you can name it. I mean, I've got a couple of plants I've named myself, but there's no security in that you know, people can sell it. They could even grab it and give it a new name and sell
Call it what they want.
Yeah.
Okay. And have you done much exploring? So you've got all these wonderful plants from Borneo, for example. Has it sort of encouraged you? Has it made you want to go to Borneo and do some plant hunting
massively.
yourself?
Yeah. I mean, it's a crazy thing thinking I've, you know, got 100 or more species in the house. I've never seen one in the wild yet.
Yeah.
I was very lucky. I did some charity work in Kenya a few years ago and went to a local rainforest there.
Oh, fantastic.
Tried looking, couldn't find one, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But later this year, I am going to Madagascar myself. So
great.
Oh, wonderful.
yeah.
Are you
So
doing that? You're not doing it
I'm
as
going.
part of a group?
No, I'm going with my wife.
Great.
We are going up into the northeast of the country to that Maswala National Park.
Yes.
Oh, incredible.
So that's the first time you're doing this?
This is the first time, yeah. So it'll be, I'll be able to see different species in the wild, yeah.
What
Pretty
an
incredible.
adventure. Will you have a guide?
Amazing.
Yeah, so when you go in national parks there, you have to have a guide with you at all times, which will be a great help as well.
Of course.
I'm hoping David will share me the coordinates of plants that he's found there. So
That's
David.
your guide.
No, this is David. He's a curator at Leon.
Yeah.
Leon Botanical Gardens.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Yeah, so I can definitely see these. I mean, I think they'll be reasonably easy to find there as well.
Yeah.
I'll actually be 40 while we're there. So I'm spending my 40th birthday on a little uninhabited island.
Oh my gosh, this sounds absolutely amazing.
This sounds
yeah. So it's pristine rainforest that goes right up to a beach.
Wow.
It's called Nosy Manga Bee, and that's part of the national park.
Right.
So it's got all the lemurs and all the crazy chameleons and birds and things on there as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
What an experience that's going to be.
Yeah.
How long are you going to be out there for?
2 weeks.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be quite a journey to get there, which I'm very grateful to my missus, because she hates traveling.
Oh.
So it's going to be 3 plane journeys and a boat journey to get to the hotel because there's no road access. So,
right. I've gone into a fantasy world dreaming of doing something like that. That sounds absolutely incredible.
It's like a once in a lifetime sort of thing. Yeah. So you've got the pristine beaches, you've got the rainforest behind, you've got coral reefs.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Will you scuba dive when you're out there?
I won't scuba dive. I will definitely snorkel.
Snorkel, yeah.
I mean, we might even be lucky. There's whales that go there to breed.
Oh my gosh.
As well. They might be that time of year, so that would be amazing to see.
That would be crazy.
Wow, Tom. Gosh, well, I look forward to. Hopefully, you'll be sharing some of those adventures.
Yeah. September.
Wow.
My goodness, I wouldn't be able to sleep between now and September. Getting excited.
Yeah, very, very excited. Yeah, can't wait.
Right, so Tom, let's have a look at your dream garden. So to start off with, what would be the garden boundary if you want one at all?
So yeah, I definitely want a boundary. I want to exclude all people from my garden. I want to for me and the wildlife. I mean, I go back to my grandma and granddad had an old like farmhouse. I would have something that's similar sort of set up to them. So the majority of it would be dry stone.
Nice. Very nice.
I've always wanted a dry stone wall because you can plant in it.
Yes. They're full of life.
In the shade, you can have mosses and little ferns. In the sun, you can have sedums and other. You can have the Mexican fleabane daisy, Erigeron, Pavansciensis. But also, I would have a section of beech hedging.
Oh, lovely.
Just because then through that, the wildlife can come and go. I mean, that is one of the best things about our garden now. Here is just watching the birds.
Yeah.
Hearing the hedgehogs in the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is the best bit.
Where is your grandparents' place in the country?
That was near a town called Bolsover.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just on the edge of Derbyshire and Nottinghamshire.
Okay. So describe the dry stone that you have in that area. It's not lime. Is it a limestoney?
Well, it's a limestone, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how high are you imagining these walls to be? Got to keep other humans out.
Yeah, 8 feet at least. Yeah.
8 feet at least.
A really good, good strong wall. Yeah.
So you definitely have it in this country then?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I would. I mean, that is one thing I thought about. We went to Cornwall on holiday at the end of autumn last year for the first time, and I'd love a garden down there
in Cornwall. It is lovely.
Very wet down there.
It is actually.
It is, but it's warm, and there's so many plants you can grow there outside that I can't in my valley in Derbyshire.
Yeah. What temperature ranges do you get in Derbyshire?
Oh, we can. I mean, literally, because we're in a valley as well, you can get it down quite low. We have frost quite a lot, frost pockets here.
You're right.
And again, obviously, in winter, with you having limited sunlight, it goes behind the hills early, rises late. Yeah.
Long periods of dark.
We miss the sun.
Yeah, I understand
I
that.
get that.
The
Yeah,
winters
I mean, I'm
could
not
be
necessarily a
long,
sun
can't they?
worshipper, but like when you have days on days of grey, you do want a bit of sunshine.
Well, humans need vitamin D,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
it's understandable. So your dream garden would be in Cornwall?
It would, yeah.
Yeah.
Plenty of heat, plenty of warmth.
By the coastline, or are you
Ooh.
happy to be inland?
Probably by the coast would be better, I think.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of the gardens I saw down there were by the coast.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Treba and others.
Oh, yeah. Lovely.
Very nice. And also, we don't ask this enough. Do you want neighbours?
It's a good question.
Ideally, no. I mean, even my wife said, like, oh, we'd love to live on an island, wouldn't we, where you don't have to see anybody.
That'd be bliss, wouldn't it?
I mean, she'd want horses. I mean, ideally, I wouldn't, but
well, you don't have to have them.
So.
As they say, the saying goes, "Happy wife, happy life." So,
absolutely,
yeah. It's an obvious
you do well to remember that.
Yes,
it's a bit of a no-brainer.
It is, yeah.
Then, what would you like? Would you like a shed or a greenhouse?
It's obviously a greenhouse.
Obviously. Stupid.
I mean,
question.
I'm quite fortunate here. I've got 2 greenhouses at home.
Oh yeah.
And one at the allotment.
Oh
but
wow.
none of them are heated, so I can't really have anything tropical in there over winter.
Okay.
I mean, in an ideal world, obviously, I would have
a heated greenhouse.
A heated greenhouse.
Yeah.
The bigger, the better. Yeah.
So something like a Kew Garden style glass house.
That'd be amazing. The Princess of Wales Conservatory, because that has literally like garden rooms inside.
Yeah.
Inside there, so that you've got your different conditions as well.
Oh, that would be good, wouldn't it?
Okay. Yeah.
You're getting your other country then, really, aren't you, in that space?
Yeah, that's it. You can have any part of the world in there. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, there are a number of hardy begonias, but then they would still probably die back down to the tubers underground over winter.
In frost.
Yeah, in frost. Yeah. In this country. I mean, because there's ones that grow high up in Nepal.
Mm-hmm. Oh, of course.
And places around there.
Yeah. So you'd have different rooms in your greenhouse then. So you'd have all the different conditions, so you can have every single plant.
Well,
you want to.
Again, unfortunately, it would be mainly begonias in there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not? Yeah.
It's heated.
Yes.
What other kind of mod-cons would you have on your greenhouse? Or is that all you do? Heating?
Well,
automated vents?
I'd have a misting system.
Okay. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Do you have a misting system in your cabinets?
In a couple of them, I have. It's called like a fogger.
Mm-hmm.
So it gives a little bit of mist in there. It gives a really nice aesthetic, and it does increase the humidity and water a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Sounds
Could we
good.
get one for Sweetpea's teapot?
No. But what you probably like as well, if you're thinking of going a little bit bigger, they say a big thing about making bioactive terrariums.
All right.
So, like, if you imagine outside, a leaf falls off of a plant, you've got all the insects that will break that down. So it doesn't go mouldy, so the mould doesn't stay. In my terrariums, I have springtails in them.
Oh, wow.
They're pretty much in the house now, I think. So, like, it's a bit like wildlife. If I build a terrarium, they will appear on their own, but I still add some more as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also have been going down the rabbit hole of isopods recently. So wood lice.
Yeah.
You can get them in crazy different funky colours.
Really? Amazing.
Yeah. So like I got some for a little terrarium that I made recently. It's called Bee Ember.
Bee Ember.
I'll show you, but they're like really bright colours on like a black exoskeleton.
Amazing. Where are they from?
Are they legal?
Are they legal?
They sound
can you
radioactive.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Oh,
crikey.
sweet.
It's got like a little orangey, reddy colour.
Yeah.
Oh, cute.
My wife wanted a new bedside lamp.
Yeah. Didn't get that.
You bought
It's a
terrarium
now.
yeah.
Yeah. So like that she can control with the light with the phone.
Right.
So like so she has isopods in there as well, but they're called rubber ducky. So they're like have like a exactly. She picked them. So they're like have an orange head. They're quite cute, as well.
Sweet.
Yeah,
gosh,
they
they're
have
so
all the
cool.
funny names. Yeah, so I'm trying not to fall down that rabbit hole at the moment, but I've got a few.
That sounds
few
like you've
different
fallen down there.
Yeah.
So you've got isopods, you've got springtails, you've got worms in there. Anything else?
There'll be there's little snails and things in there
Mm-hmm.
that just again appear. These ones, they don't seem to bite or actually feed on the living leaves, but if anything falls to the ground, they're straight on it.
They'll gobble that up.
Sounds like the best equilibrium.
A really interesting way to see what you've got in there. If you get a slice of cucumber, stick it in there, come back, an hour later, and it'll be full
it's
of
got bite marks.
You'll see the little life on there. Yeah.
How amazing! Gosh, that would be fun. Do you have butterflies in there?
No,
some people do that.
I have sent some plants to a butterfly farm though, because they were making a setup from a specific part of the world, and they wanted native plants.
Yeah.
So I have sent them some begonias for that. But no, I haven't.
Crikey.
I've thought about dart frogs and different things, but I don't know how the dogs would react. Bryson likes barking at things. I don't know if he would just.
That's a good point.
I mean, he barks at his reflection, so.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Frog's gonna freak him out.
Yeah.
So in your dream garden, in your Kew Garden style glass house, will you have lots of fauna in there as well?
So that would be amazing. Yeah.
The dart frogs and the butterflies.
Yeah, that would be incredible.
That would be a dream. Perhaps some birds as well.
I mean, that
would be incredible, wouldn't it? I'm really imagining that.
It literally would be like walking through a little bit of rainforest, wouldn't it? So.
Yeah, and it would be so big that it would be as if they're in a rainforest.
Yeah, I mean, I have seen some big greenhouses around the world that they use birds in there again for like pests.
Yeah,
it's having that natural ecosystem in there that finds a balance, and you don't need to worry about the pests so much.
How wonderful. Just one more thing on the greenhouse. Is this going to be attached to the house, or will it be a separate domain? So you have it,
ideally,
so you can just walk through, and there you are in it. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to go out in the cold at this time of year.
Now, on to my favourite bit. What would be 5 ornamentals?
Okay, so no begonias, actually, because obviously this is for outside.
Right.
Okay.
So,
what about in your glass house?
In the glass house, I don't know if I could choose five begonias.
Yeah, I imagine that's going to be tough.
Well, just put begonias, because also the names of the begonias give me a headache. So
yeah.
You don't have to worry, they're all just a U number, Sweetpea.
They're all just a U number. I can
we'll
do
have U 1 to 600.
I'm good at maths.
Yeah, but I mean, I do love my outside garden as well.
Yeah.
I don't spend probably as much time in it as I would like, really, especially this time of year.
Do you have a big space?
Not really. I mean, we're on a terrace, but we're like the end of a terrace, so we've got a bit more of a garden than some of the other people.
Mm-hmm.
Going back to like Cornwall and the tropical gardens there, I would very much love that sort of look. So I'd have Cyathea medullaris, which is the black tree fern.
Oh, beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, I actually saw them growing out. I mean, I've seen them growing at Kew and the Botanical Garden in Glasgow. Huge specimens, but these were growing outside all year round. It's just insane. Even down in Cornwall, I couldn't believe they were happy down there.
Beautiful.
And that literally goes with number 2 as well, which is Dicksonia antarcticus. That's the other big tree fern.
Yeah.
And I loved the fact that they were mature specimens. So some had like fallen over. So the trunk was going along the ground, and then they'd like bent towards the light again, growing up.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Beautiful.
And also, you find lots of things growing on the trunks as well. You can have other little ferns growing on there.
Yeah.
Number 3. So, like in my outside garden, like in the glass house at Kew, I'd like to have rooms. So, like one of the rooms would be. I mean, I'd like a big garden. I would like a wildflower meadow. I'm cheating a bit. But
yes.
No, you're not. You mean no, you're not cheating.
A wildflower meadow
you're not
is. Obviously, they're so scarce around the country nowadays. So much has been lost, and they're so full of life.
Yeah.
When they're in flower, and actually, I think once you get the conditions right, they're quite low maintenance.
Yeah.
Well, we had an interesting chat with a guest recently, and I had an epiphany because I hadn't thought about this. Of course, you can get your annual wildflower meadows, or you can get your perennial wildflower meadows. And the perennials are lovely and low maintenance. And you just need to cut it all back and make sure you remove all the grass so you don't get too much in the way of nutrients in the soil.
That's right.
And then she was saying that they have increased, their insect life has increased so radically since they started growing these perennial wildflower meadows. That's what I'm actually now trying at home, and I'm prepared to do it all over everywhere we've got any grass. Is just
that's it. And then I don't have any grass in my garden at all now. It's all beds or different things, and once you have the insects, obviously that brings birds and other little mammals, and you just get this whole food chain.
Yeah, wonderful.
Incredible.
So how big is your dream garden going to be? You're going to have acres upon acres?
It'd be a couple of acres, at least.
Acres.
I mean, that would be a large part of it. The other bits maybe not so big, just to make it manageable.
Okay, so the meadow is going to be a large expanse.
Yeah, again, even with an annual meadow, you only have to cut it once a year.
Yeah.
And then scrape back everything. And then all the seeds from that will pretty much keep self-sowing all every year.
Yeah.
Well, that's fantastic. Okay, so the third ornamental is the kind of meadow in itself.
That's right, yeah.
Very nice. Okay, what are the last two ornamentals?
Number 4 is quite tropical. I mean, a lot of times if you go to somebody and say, what's your favourite plant or flower, you're quite influenced by what's looking good at that time of year.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's an impossible question to answer.
Yeah. So I definitely have snowdrops throughout the garden.
Yes, because we're in February now, aren't we?
Yeah, and
they're coming into their own.
They just give you so much sense of what's coming.
Exactly
and a relief that the worst of the darkness is gone.
It is a sense of relief, isn't it?
It is.
Letting you know it's okay. Hang on in there. Bring us around the corner.
And obviously they're brilliant for the early bees if you actually get a little bit of sunshine, warms up a little bit for them to come out.
Yeah.
But they do bring me a lot of joy, the snowdrops do.
Yeah.
Very nice. Lovely choice.
And then lastly, for number 5, a bit of an odd one again, moss.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
Essential.
It is essential, actually.
I don't know if you've seen any of the... another place I'd love to visit is Japan.
Oh.
I'd love to go to Kyoto to see all the temple gardens.
Yes. I'm on board with that. I want to do the same.
There's a specific one there called Saihoji, and it's called the Moss Temple.
Mm-hmm.
It just looks incredible. They've got swathes of moss with some mature trees and big ponds. It just looks so amazing.
And it's so lush and green as well. It just creates this big poof mound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously that would hopefully cover like the tree fern trunks as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good for wildlife as well. Birds will take that for their nests and different things.
But and it absorbs a huge amount of carbon as well.
It does,
I think we're getting educated more and more on the benefits of moss.
It's a lot better than grass, and it's a lot less maintenance. It's more drought tolerant.
Yeah,
because even in Kyoto, like in the summer, they'll get 30 degrees plus easily for a long swathe of the summer.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Would you then be wanting maybe to replicate a little bit of that Japanese garden in your garden?
Well, again, it would be a little bit, but it would be replacing the trees they have in there with the tree ferns. So it would be almost a tropical version.
Okay.
Yeah, very nice. What would be 5 edible plants?
So again, I'm going cheating a little bit. So for number 1, I put fruit trees.
Okay.
Yes. We have had people do this before.
Yeah, so like I haven't got the biggest garden, but I've made a lot of space for it. So I have lots of dwarf rootstock fruit trees. So like in my back garden, I think I've got 8 apples, a medlar, a quince.
Yeah.
Lots of different things. Yeah. So I would love to have like a mini orchard, really.
Okay. Very nice.
A
variety of fruit trees.
Yeah, my grandma's and granddad's house, they had a mature big orchard, and it was an amazing thing. Yeah.
So in your dream garden, would they be dwarf stock fruit trees, or
they would be? Yeah. So again, like I'd have almost like another garden room where it would be almost like my allotment.
Yeah.
As that garden room. So I'd have the chickens there as well.
Are your garden rooms being divided up with hedgerows or with walls?
With a wall again, with walls. Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Very nice.
Because then, especially on south-facing walls, they're brilliant for growing things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, what are your other choices?
So I'm going a lot more normal now. So squash.
Yeah.
I love growing squash and pumpkins. They're pretty low maintenance again, and they store so well.
Yeah.
There's a variety I really love. It's called blue banana.
Oh yeah.
So it literally looks like a giant blue banana. They can store all winter, and at least you can chop it up in sections so you can have a little bit one night, a little bit,
And
really
the flavour
tasty.
of it, how does that compare to, say, a butternut?
A little bit nuttier, maybe. I don't know. Very tasty. Yeah, really.
And easy to grow.
Yeah, really easy to grow. It's quite a waxy skin, but it's thin, so you can easily
just cut through
it, or you can use a potato peeler or something like that.
Right. Okay. So you don't eat the skin?
No.
Okay, dokes.
How are you growing your squashes? Are you in raised beds?
No, they're just
in the ground.
Just in the ground, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only good thing sometimes, really, from the horses. You can go on as much
of
horse
course.
manure as
You've
I
got
want.
your own supply, haven't
That's
you?
brilliant.
Horse manure. Oh, that's
why don't you like horses?
Real benefit.
Oh, they just take up so much time and space. And I'm quite tall.
I don't think you're in any position to talk, Tom.
About time and space.
About time and space.
Oh, you'd be surprised. and I'm quite tall, but they're bigger than me. And
you don't like that?
No, you don't know what they're going to do.
You need a nice big cart horse. They're not so skittish. They just plod around.
No, but she can't. She does dressage. The dancing.
Oh, you can't do that.
No, you can't do that on one of them. No.
On a dressage, it's funny. I'm not a huge fan of horses for the same reason. I've always found them quite skittish and temperamental.
I'm with Tom's wife on this, and especially with the free supply of manure, I'd be very happy with that.
I'm on board on that front, but I prefer cows for that. I would love cows. I would happily have cows.
They're just as skittish though they can be, although
no, they're more docile. They're lovely.
Okay.
So with your squashes, are you doing the no dig method? You've got obviously your manure, so you used no dig.
No dig, yeah. I mean, when I first got my plot, it was full of couch grass.
Oh yeah.
So I dug through the whole plot and removed as much as that as I could first off. But then since then, it's been no dig.
So you removed all of that, put cardboard down, some manure and soil on top, compost.
Yeah.
And then with your squashes, are you growing them indoors first or just straight in the ground with the seed?
No, I do grow them indoors first. Again, with it being a frost pocket here,
right?
Sometimes they'll never plant out early in the third week in May, and it can be later here because even if you're not getting frost, you can have cold nights, and that sets them back a lot.
Okay. And when are you starting them indoors?
Sometime in April, really. That could be the second or third week in April again. It's quite late, but they catch up. I'd rather start things later than try and nurse leggy, sickly-looking things for weeks on end.
Absolutely.
What are then your three last edibles?
Blackcurrant.
Yep.
I've got my grandma's old jam pan.
Oh, right.
And I think blackcurrant jam is the king of jams.
Yep.
There are apple and blackberry is delicious, but blackcurrant for me is the best one. Yeah,
that's the one. Do you have your grandma's old recipe as well, or have you got your
No. Just I've used little bits online before, but now I just wing it with
just Googled it.
Just sugar, and you don't need any specific sugar with blackcurrants either because it's got the pectin already in the skin.
Okay.
So you jarring up lots of jam each year?
Oh yeah, and give it to family, and the great thing as well with blackcurrants is I could make a batch of them, and I could store the rest in the freezer, and then just make another batch again later.
Lovely.
Yeah.
So you mentioned earlier how you're so busy with everything. So you've got your terrariums, you've got your online shop, you're making batches of jam, got your allotment.
Yeah.
What is your day job?
So I'm a carer in it's not really a nursing home. It feels like it at times. And I work night shifts.
Oh, right.
Oh,
crikey!
Wow.
So you're up.
How are you up today?
Have you not gone to bed?
So today I didn't work last night. It's shift work, so it's different nights every week.
Okay.
Not ideal, obviously, but it means that there's always somebody at home for the dogs generally, even if I'm asleep. So like if I'm worked a night shift and then doing another one, I'm trying to sleep during the day.
The dogs will spend
with you. They spend most of the day on the bed with me.
Yeah.
Still.
I bet they love that.
Even now, if Nicola's downstairs eating, they'll come and lie with me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
They've got a good life, haven't they?
Yeah.
They have now, but like Diana, my other dog, she's an ex-street dog from Romania, so she had a really tough start to life.
Yeah. It's like Hobbs was severely beaten previously.
Yeah, Diana was. She was very scared of men, so she bit me the first time I picked her up.
Yeah.
Like people used to give us a wide berth in the park when we were walking them, but now it's been such an amazing turnaround. She is.
It's amazing.
So loving and cuddle. Yeah, it's been amazing. Yeah, very rewarding.
Very rewarding. Very, very rewarding.
Because it'd be so easy for them to be scared for life and
dogs are amazing,
not trust
though,
anyone
They are,
else.
again, we say about plants for mental health, dogs or pets in general.
Yeah.
But I think humans can learn so much from dogs. They really can.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Apart from eating all stuff off the floor like Bryson does, I'm not
But
into
then
that.
you don't need to vacuum so much.
No, don't know. He is clean up in the kitchen. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, goodness me. Well, what are your last two edibles for your dream garden?
So the last two are raspberries.
Yep.
I love a raspberry. They're brilliant. Bryson will go and pick himself some himself.
Oh, sweet.
And then I don't think you can have a list without tomatoes, because the ones bought from the shop are so bland.
They're awful, aren't they? They're incomparable.
Yeah,
They're tasteless.
basically just water.
So you're doing that in a greenhouse?
Yeah. So sometimes we have competitions with a couple of my friends who are gardeners to grow the biggest, heaviest tomato.
Oh, great!
Crikey.
So that's quite fun.
Do you win?
I did last time. Yes.
Congrats!
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So that was good.
What tomato are you recommending?
Oh, I don't know really. Generally, I love a beefsteak tomato.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that what won last year?
That's what won. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although I think I had an advantage. They have kids, so I said that they were like my little saboteurs to go and help me. Yeah.
I see where this is going.
Yeah.
And with your tomatoes, when are you starting those? Presumably earlier than April.
Yeah, late February normally. I actually did spend a year as a gardener. I worked at a local little stately home.
Oh, lovely.
For a year. Yeah, I ran the kitchen garden and did a few
you
other
get that job?
Yeah.
I just applied for it, and
you didn't.
They said
did you
yes.
require any horticultural qualifications?
They were just happy with my experience, like of growing at home in my allotments, because I looked after their 2 tropical greenhouses as well.
Oh, amazing!
I mean, it sounds like a wonderful job.
It really does.
I won't name the place because unfortunately owners weren't to my taste.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Would you consider that kind of job in the future, but with owners more to your taste?
I would do, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've got friends who work at Chatsworth. That's just only a few miles down the road. The only problem is, like, sometimes with working there in places, it's going to be quite monotonous. You can be doing the same things every day.
Yeah.
Unless you are looking after a specific garden like I was before.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing you can say about care is it's never the same every day. It's
No,
never dull. It goes with gardening. You've got to have a lot of patience. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I bet you do.
Well, then, what is your one statement tree for your dream garden?
It'd be a mulberry.
Oh, nice.
A mature mulberry
lovely.
tree, yeah.
Yep.
You can get lots of different dwarf varieties nowadays, but fruits aren't as tasty as the large mature ones.
Okay.
But you really do, I think you need a good-sized garden for a big mature.
A big ancient mulberry.
Yeah,
Lovely.
black mulberry.
That actually was just chosen by one of our recent guests, Adverley Richmond.
Yeah.
It was.
I mean, again, brilliant for wildlife. You've got the flowers and just sort of home for the birds. Do you know, as you get older, really, bird watching, even my wife, like, whoa, look at that on the bird feed. Yeah. It's funny, isn't it?
It brings a joy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I think it's also something that I feel very strongly about is how important it is to just watch nature. And we can be so busy and caught up in all the stresses of day-to-day living as a human being. But if you just take time out and just sit and watch somewhere that's full of wildlife,
I think
you might not see it initially, but it then all starts to come out of the woodwork.
Yeah, I think being a gardener helps you see these things as well.
So
definitely.
important.
I think you're more attuned to it.
And it puts things in perspective. I just love seeing these animals going about their business. They don't care what's going on in the US at the moment.
No,
exactly.
Thank goodness.
So it's the world keeps turning despite humans trying to stop it.
Definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
Absolutely.
I think that's another thing about the scuba diving, the snorkeling, is just settle, just hang in the water and watch.
Starfish.
And things just start coming out of all the
One of the
coral
best experience I've ever had was we had our honeymoon in Mexico.
Yeah.
And we went snorkeling where there was the sea turtles.
Oh.
Just snorkeling with them underneath us was just otherworldly.
Incredible.
Like you say, they didn't care we were there, really.
Yeah.
They're just getting about their daily business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
wonderful.
Well, that was amazing.
Would you like a pond or a pool, and what plant would you have in that area?
So I'd have a pond.
Yep.
as bigger again as possible for the wildlife. You'd have your little beach with it.
Yeah.
That'll be amongst the tree ferns.
Oh,
That'd
yeah.
be
Oh,
amazing.
lovely.
That'd be nice. Any flowing water?
It'd be great if there could be. If you could have a little stream or something coming through.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd have less chance of mosquitoes and things then, which would love my wife.
Yeah. Oh dear.
I
She's
never
gonna
have
have fun in Madagascar, isn't she?
Yeah. I mean, I never really
poor
have to use any mosquito repellent because they just go for her.
She's your mosquito repellent.
Oh, it's like me and you. They always come for me.
They do. They go straight for Sweetpea. They ignore me.
Mum gets nothing.
That's because I eat copious amounts of raw garlic. So
everything,
all humans,
everything, including humans.
Yeah, my wife doesn't eat garlic; she hates it. So
that's the problem.
That's it.
I could probably sneak it into a dish without her noticing, couldn't I, Sweetpea?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's one of my favourite foods as well. So
is it? That's why you're not suffering.
But then again, the planting there, I'd go almost with the jungly sort of theme. I'd have a gunnera, the giant rhubarb.
Yeah.
Yeah, I even think they look great in winter when the Chatsworth here, they have them, and they turn the leaves into little teepees to protect them.
Oh, yes.
From the weather through the winter. Yeah.
Yeah, my granddad used to do that. He'd cut it all back and then create a little teepee.
Yeah, that's it. I think that they're quite a statement like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No,
Very
they're
nice.
a great plant. So you're imagining a big pond then, so you can have some big gunner around it.
Yeah.
A natural looking pond.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Very
nice. I've only got a very small one in my garden at the moment, but again, any little bit of water brings the life in.
It just comes, doesn't it?
Even a tub, a little basin, it's incredible how it all comes.
I built that after we found a hedgehog in the road at the front of us during the day. I think we thought it must have been dehydrated, looking for water.
Aww.
So I'll say it'll stem from that, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Well, last question for your dream garden. What would be your favourite seating area, drink to have and chillax with, and plant to have by your side?
So again, the seating area for me would be around the pond and the tree ferns, because we are having a lot more hot summers. And in the house can be I mean, we're quite fortunate here. We don't get any direct sun on the house apart from the morning. So it doesn't get too hot for like the dogs and things, but being able to go out and sit under the lush big leaves, being cool will be nice.
Would you be able to swim in your pond?
Oh no, don't want to swim in it.
You don't want to swim in it.
I'm not a big swimmer. No, I mean I can swim, but no, I'm not all for that. No.
No. Okay. Well,
that disturb the wildlife anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can become at one with
the
wildlife.
Cover yourself in the pond slime. Yeah.
Exactly that. That's what I would do.
Lovely.
And since your dream garden is on Cornish coastline, you're going to have a nice breeze anyway from that.
That's true.
Helpful.
That's true.
These long summers.
Exactly. And what are you sitting on by the pond?
Oh, just some very comfy chair that I can recline in.
Reclining.
Okay.
Doesn't have to be fancy. I mean, I thought about a hammock or something, but I'd just make a fool of myself getting in and out.
But that's okay. You've got a high wall. Nobody can see you.
Exactly.
Well, yeah. That's the first thing you do, isn't it? If you make a fool, you look around, see if anybody's seen you.
Who caught that?
Doesn't matter how much you've hurt yourself, but just make sure you're not being caught. Yeah.
So are your sun loungers, you're imagining wooden ones?
Yeah, wooden. Yeah, I probably store away in the winter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Very nice. And what drink and what plant?
So the drink would be a caipirinha. I don't drink many alcoholic drinks, but I have a real affinity with that cocktail. It's a cocktail. It's Brazilian, so it's literally like a specific rum.
Okay.
It's a sugarcane rum with just crushed ice and lime and sugar.
Right.
Very simple.
Where did you come across that?
So my wife, she did languages for university, and she had spent some time in Portugal. So I went over there to see her, and I was waiting in the bar for a while. She was finishing work, and I just got talking to the bartender, and I tried one, and the rest is history.
The rest is history. That's your favourite drink.
Very refreshing.
Is it in a long glass?
No, it's it's a reasonably short one. Yeah, very simple to make. I mean, you're not going to get completely gone with it. Yeah, it's something you would have a little bit of. Yeah, very nice.
Very
and
cool.
I'd love. I've got one here. I built one here. A little bit of a pergola.
Okay.
And I'd have the chocolate vine.
Oh yes.
Akiba grown over, because then again that keeps in theme with the tropical.
And nicely scented as well.
Bit of fragrance,
yeah,
gorgeous.
We recently heard about a white chocolate vine. I think that was Adderley as well. Never.
Okay, no, I've not heard of that one.
No.
Yeah,
we have a dark chocolate vine.
We have the
70% cocoa chocolate.
Yeah, the 70% cocoa one, the best one. Right, I'm going to read back to your dream garden just in case I missed anything or you want to change anything. So we've got this top notch. So the garden boundary, first of all, we want to exclude all people, no neighbours, but you want to be in Cornwall, preferably by the coastline. And you wanted to have a dry stone wall for planting in with sedums, erigeron, ferns, mosses, depending on the climate. And then also a beech hedge on some of the other boundaries. To have for wildlife, and these boundaries are going to be quite tall, and then you're having a couple of acres of land, we're going to say. Then your greenhouse, heated, big, bit like the Princess of Wales Conservatory at Kew. Misting system attached to the house, so you can walk straight through. Lots of garden rooms with different climate conditions, and full of begonias, frogs, butterflies, and birds in there. Incredible. Then your 5 ornamentals, we had black tree ferns, Dicksonia, Antarctica. Then you wanted a meadow in there, wildlife meadow, snowdrops and moss. Your 5 edibles, we were going with a beautiful allotment room, kind of walled, also chickens nearby, with a mini orchard first, so lots of fruit trees with a dwarf fruit stock. Squash, pumpkins like blue banana, black currants, raspberries, tomatoes like the beefsteak ones. Then your 1 tree was a mature mulberry tree. You then wanted a pond, very big pond with a beach on it, a little area, but very natural amongst the tree ferns with a little stream preferably. And a gunnerer, of course, must not forget that. And then you're going to have a nice reclining comfy chair or sun lounger in wood next to the pond with your Caipirinha, and a pergola over you with a chocolate vine as well.
That's it. Perfect. If you could sort that, I'd be very appreciative.
Leave it with us.
Maybe let me win the lottery as well, so I can just tend that all day long.
Yes,
that'd be great.
Can you
your
imagine?
Full job.
What a dream.
Exactly, it's the dream. Well, I love that.
Well, thank you so much, Tom. What a fantastic garden.
Yeah, no problem.
Really great hearing about terrariums. We'll be coming to you for more and more tips, I think, as the teapot progresses.
No problem.
We'll be back in touch.
Soon to get out of hand.
Okay.
Have a wonderful trip in September to Madagascar.
Yeah, can't wait.
Do hope you document a lot of that trip so we can all live vicariously through you.
I will do, definitely.
Well, that's been a good old chit-chat with Tom.
Okay, thanks.